it's Christy here, and I'm here today to share with you album share for Norah's baby album. So a few years ago, I posted a share video for Adeline's baby album, which I used a crepe paper collection. And this has since gotten over 14,000 views, which is unreal to me. So I loved this one so much, and even though I have so much documentation for Norah's first year, I decided to do a new album for Norah. And you can see that I've kind of tried to match some of the styling that I did for Adeline's album, like using the same alphas and some of the same color tones. I used this album, the Simple Stories Snap album, as well, in this beautiful kind of blush pink color. So for this album share, I used the collection by Pebbles called Night Night. Some of these products are still available from scrapbook.com. But Pebbles has released since a new baby collection, which is super adorable, and I will link those products in the description box below. The collection is called Peekaboo You. There's a girl and a boy collection, and it has such cute icons and sentiments as well. So I'm hoping that you enjoy this album share. If you have any questions, just let me know. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, you'll know that when I decorate my albums, which is one of my favorite things to do, the album cover, is I usually try to add some sort of ribbon or embellishment along the seam. So I'm still debating whether or not I want to do that. I think because I've done it on all my other albums, I'm feeling a very strong urge to do so. So I'm thinking some lace or even just some bright white ribbon would look fantastic there. I have a little book plate, just some scrap paper there in the book plate. I might add a tiny word sticker or something as well. So there's the front cover. Just to kind of mimic some of the things that I did for Adeline's album is I used these Maggie Holmes gold chipboard letters in her album. I used an A, so I wanted to replicate that and use the N. And I just used some pattern paper in behind. And the collection came with these gold foil thickers, so I added the word baby, and then it also came with some puffy stickers as well. Brought in some 6x8 photos. I started the album with just some of Norah's newborn photos, and then it goes more into like her birth photos and that sort of thing. So just adding a sticker and a little heart from the thickers there. Another newborn photo, just left it as is. Added some kind of inserts throughout, just kind of to leave a resting place. I still would like to include Norah's birth story, so this could be a good place to add that, like add a pocket or something. And also in Adeline's album, I added the ultrasound photos like on the disc that they gave us, so I have to track those down and maybe adhere those on to this divider. This divider came with the album, and I just wanted to include that. So this would be a great place to add the disc. And then lots of filler cards in this one. There's not a ton of journaling. I think there's only probably a dozen journaling spots throughout, but I use the sticker sheet, 6x6 paper pad, the thickers, the ephemera. I think I got 2 packs of ephemera, and some 12x12 papers that had the cut aparts, the puffy stickers, and then there was also some other stickers that I used that were kind of a vellum sticker. This is one of the dividers that came with the album, and I thought that the colors matched perfectly, so I just again include some of those throughout just to have a spot to kind of add things or just to rest your eye. The papers came with a branding strip at the bottom that had a nice pattern, so I tried to incorporate that as well. Just lots of layering, using white paper or cardstock to add my own journaling spots and create my own journaling cards. Used some doilies from my collection or my stash just to add some prettiness. I really like the colors in this collection, the darker pinks and the softer pinks, the greens and the gold accents, and they have lots of cute little characters as well. So the owls, the swans, there's birds, bunnies, which was the selling feature, I think. For me, I love bunnies. I added some shaker pockets using some gold stars and some mixes. So I started this album quite a few months ago now and completed it at a crop, but I was waiting on a few things, so I had to order some of Norah's first year photos, and I just kind of never got around to completing it. And also the front cover was a bit of a stopping point for me. So this past weekend, I finally crossed this project off my list, and I'm so happy to have it completed. Both girls love looking at their scrapbooks, and Norah was feeling a little bit left out that hers wasn't completed, so she will be thrilled to look at this. I cut down a page protector to create this 3x8 page protector. I really went through my stash of page protectors for this album and tried to use up a bunch. Here's another filler pocket, shaker pocket. So because I bought two of the ephemera packs when I did the shaker pockets, so with that owl, I backed two of the same ephemera pieces back to back. Something like this, the bow just didn't work on the reverse, so I just left it as is. Here's another filler page that came with the album that I just added some embellishments to. As well as some cute little sheep. And so what I did when I ordered photos was I just picked kind of the highlights. Things that I knew I wanted to include were holidays, Norah's baptism. I really wanted to make sure that I included a photo of Norah with each of her family members. So like my mom, dad, obviously, me, all the grandparents, great-grandparents, cousins, friends, that sort of thing. And then other milestones, so some of the photos, the monthly photos that I did as well, seeing Santa, some bedtime routine stuff, another filler pocket where I just tiny attached the ephemera piece to the outside of the pocket here. Another of the divider pages that I included just to add some interest, left that one blank on the back. But so first, well, this wouldn't be her first solid, but just, her eating, not so great moments, maybe when she's feeling a little bit under the weather, some Easter photos, when we went to the zoo, that sort of thing. So I had a lot of fun with the album. The hardest part was the photos and just making sure that they all were chronological, since she is 5 now. And then I went through and added the papers. So what I usually do is I take the collection papers and cut them down to 4x6. If there's cut aparts, like this one is a cut apart, I obviously trim that out. And then I just start filling pockets. So it's definitely a batch system for me. Photos first, then filling pockets, then embellishing, and just really making sure that the embellishments stretch to the very end. Sometimes I struggle with having like a more heavy embellishments at the beginning, and then it kind of peters out towards the ending. I just kind of go through and put things in the pockets without attaching them, just to make sure that I've spread everything out. Some cards are really heavily embellished, so there's a ton of stuff happening on this with the thickers, the branding strip, ephemera, and more ephemera. And then something simple like just adding that one piece is good enough for me. So, one more thing that I need to do is fuse this or change out this page protector. So just fuse that down the middle to make 2 pockets there. So these are the pages I worked on this weekend, just finishing this up with some photos that we took for Norah's first year. family photos, some cake smash photos, and bubble bath photos. So I'm really happy with how it turned out. I'm glad it's done. Just need to do 2 little finishing touches with the fusing and adding the lace or the ribbon on the front cover. But I hope you really enjoyed watching this. I will link some products below if you are interested in doing a baby album for boy or girl. I think the 6x8 size is perfect if you can really restrict your photos. So I think all in all there's probably 30 something page protectors in here. So just picking those really important key moments and getting them documented. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye!